Okay, so let's take a look at how we can do some extra practice in case you're looking for some extra practice. Let's take on this example which says, Lancaster, where I was born, has a perpetual manure smell about it. So I purposely didn't put any punctuation in this one except for that period at the end. But you can even hear where that adjective clause was. And even when I read it, you can hear this hard break. Lancaster, where I was born, has a perpetual manure smell about it. So you can hear this adjective clause starting right here at the word where. Remember, it can start with an adverbial, the relative adverb. Sorry about that. And so here's the relative adverb where. And so it just makes a little mini sentence where I was born. And you'll know you have it right. If you're struggling with like, where do I end this thing? I'm going to do this brown color just because the sentence is about manure. Hey, is that not funny or what? And so what's going to happen then is you should be able to hear the rest of the sentence kind of smashed together. So if you can't figure out where this sentence ends, make sure you have what's remaining put together. So if I said Lancaster has a perpetual manure smell about it, you're like, yeah, that's outside as a sentence, so this must be correct. Because if I tried making this adjective clause, I really extended that adjective. If you see how this adjective clause goes any further, it would kind of break up the outside sentence. And so the outside sentence, the main sentence sitting out here, has to make sense. So I'm going to build that top sentence first. I'm going to stay with this, let's call it manure brown. And so here is Lancaster. My verb is all the way over here as the word has, and it has a smell. A smell, manure or perpetual. I can't spell it. Do you see how I couldn't spell that? Did you notice that? There we go. First of all, it's not even spelled correctly still. What is wrong with me? My goodness. Perpetual. You know who's laughing right now? Is Rylan. In fourth period, Rylan is laughing at me. I can just hear his voice. The perpetual spell. Here's just about it. So here's a couple clues. When you're not sure what to do with a prep phrase, if you can move it, it's probably an adverb. So if I can move this, and I could say Lancaster has about it a perpetual manure smell. Okay, that makes sense. So I could say it has about it a perpetual manure smell. Because I can move it, I probably am going to put underneath that word has. If I couldn't move it, I would leave it right where it is and maybe connect it to that word smell. So here we go with about. Then it. There we go. Now let's go to where I was born. Back to this pretty pink color. I'm going to kind of go side. I'm going to go side by side. I'm going to go down here. Why not? So I have my verb is was, born. It's kind of a passive voice, was born. Now you might say, could I make that into an adjective and kind of slant that line? I was slanted line born. You could. I don't know if it's necessarily an adjective. I don't say it's like I was angry. I was not born as an adjective as much as it is a passive voice because your mother birthed you, and so therefore I was born. But then here's this word where. Where is that relative adverb? And it is looking for a noun to modify in front of it, which is Lancaster. And so I know the relative adverb has to go underneath the verb. Remember, you could flatten it if you want to. I'm going to keep mine slanted. But you could flatten it. You can come down and flatten it. And then that word where should come back to the word Lancaster. And that's how we make this one. That's pretty easy. Let's pause, and I'm going to start a second one for you.